Good afternoon. I'm G Money, and alongside me, I have my partner here, Josh Megan. Nice to meet you. How you doing?
Doing great, man. First episode, Meigs and Money. We're here, man.
It is.
We're here, dude. No one thought this was happening, but we're here.
This guy, he's awful. Bad sports takes.
Well, we have to let them know what we're doing, right? Like, this is a sports podcast.
Yes, this is a sports podcast about sports, parlays. You know, that's my specialty. G Money.
I don't know why I had you explain this. You're doing a terrible job explaining. This is a sports podcast. I'm a sports guy. You're still learning sports as we go. Okay, these people who watch this are going to want to know why they should watch us. Okay, and you're giving no reason to watch this. Okay, we don't agree on a lot of what's going on in sports, in life, and here we're just going to talk about a lot of what we disagree on with sports. So let's kind of really open it up a little bit, okay, and make these people actually care about why they should watch our show. All right, not off to a good start. You're out here, being all generic.
I'm being professional because sometimes in life you have to do it the professional way and the right way. But that was a great intro. So now our first segment, we're going to be recapping the Thursday night football game last night between the New York Football Giants and the San Francisco 49ers, which I hate. I hate the 49ers, by the way. So, Josh, we're going to start with you first. What were your instant thoughts on the game?
Giants are a terrible, terrible football team, and I really mean that.
Really?
The only thing that I cared about in that entire game was right before halftime. Don't know if you saw my boy Trent Williams throw that right hook. Couldn't even tell you the guy's name that he punched in the face, but I guess they were going to halftime or something, and the Giants defense, I guess, tried to blitz on a kneel. Okay, you don't blitz on a knee. Like when you take a knee, okay, play's over, go to the half, and these guys, I mean, the Giants forget they're not a good football team. I don't know, that honestly might have been the highlight of their entire season so far, if I'm being honest with you. Outside of that, Brock Purdy continues to keep doing his job.
I disagree.
What do you disagree?
Brock Purdy is a fraud.
You didn't even respond to what I just said about the brawl. Did you watch the brawl?
I did.
And what do you think about that? Trent Williams is a big man, is he not?
I think Trent Williams is just a big bully. He did that same crap in Philadelphia last year when we were kicking their butts. But I think the 49ers as a whole, they just try to be these big, intimidating, scary guys, which they're really not. They're puppies. They're puppets. I don't like that.
Their quarterback's Brock Purdy. Have you seen Brock Purdy?
No, I don't even.
Does he scream bully?
No, he screams.
Like George Kittle looks like Sid from Ice Age. Okay, and you're telling me that these are bullies?
No. Yes,
they're not bullies, Scary. They're probably nice guys.
Really? I don't think
they're
so.
solid guys.
I don't think so.
And you're saying they're bullies. Like, I'm sorry they don't play for the Eagles. I mean, we're not talking about the Eagles right now. I'm sure we're going to spend a lot of time talking about the Eagles, but let's not make it the Philadelphia Eagles roster are not a bunch of people that you're going to see helping old ladies cross the street on Sunday morning getting to and from church. Let's not make it seem like they're not a bunch of bullies, but we're not talking about that right now. So other takeaways Thursday night, I mean, we had a Coastal game yesterday. That was cool to go to and be a part of.
They suck, though. Just saying.
I'm not saying that. I think we have great people on our team. I know the right guard, Zach. I don't want to say his last name. I don't want to butcher it, but he's a solid guy. Grayson McCall's a solid guy.
So you're sitting there telling me right now, this is a side topic, that Grayson McCall is the same Grayson McCall that we've seen in the previous years. I don't think so. Grayson McCall has looked awful. Literally. Tim Beck, he was a great offensive mind at NC State, but when he came to a group of five school, he's not good. The offense is terrible. They're trash. It's just plain vanilla. They need to throw it away. Like, as simple as that.
Wow. How do you follow that up? I don't know. I think the season's still young, man.
No, the season is not still young. This offense has been awful from the very get-go. They had plenty of opportunities to win that UCLA game. They blew the game. Last week, they had a little JV matchup against Duquesne. So what? Now you get into these better programs, better schools in the Sun Belt that's actually going to kick their butts week in and week out if they don't fix this offense. I'm just saying. But back to the main topic at hand here. My takeaways from last night.
Thursday football.
Yeah,
Thursday football.
My takeaways here from the Thursday night football game. the 49ers, they don't look good. You know, they don't. I see a team.
They're 3-0.
They're 3-0, but they beat Danny Dimes in a bag of chips.
Danny Dimes is a quarterback that's getting paid a lot of money to be a quarterback, man.
He's robbing them. Really? Be for real.
I don't know, dude. I think you're just being really hard on NFC teams that aren't the Eagles. And by the way, Gary's a huge Eagle fan. I don't think he's ever been in the state of Pennsylvania at all. I have. Really?
Jersey.
Where?
Jersey.
Really?
Jersey.
That's not Pennsylvania, Jerry.
Doesn't matter. I love
Gary.
Jersey.
Gary, New Jersey, that's not the Eagles. This is what I'm talking about.
South Jersey.
No, why are you an Eagles fan? Talk to everybody.
I'm an Eagles fan because most of my family is from Jersey. And everybody in the house
Why aren't you a Giants fan?
No, because everybody in the house grew up Giants fans, and I wanted to be different. I always wanted to be different. So I decided to take the better way with McNabb and Michael Vick, Kevin Cobb, you know. So I just always loved Kelly Green. I love the city of Philadelphia. We're a blue collar city, and
I don't think that's true. I don't think Philadelphia is a blue collar city at all.
Philadelphia is a
white collar jobs. And
Philadelphia is a blue collar city.
People. It's not a blue collar city, Gary. Pittsburgh is.
When you think of Philadelphia right now, what do you think? You don't think about
cheesesteaks. Rocky.
Okay, you think about cheesesteaks, right?
Rocky.
But like I'm saying, the city is gritty. Meek Mill. I just want to rock.
That's not blue collar.
It is.
That's not blue collar.
It's dirty.
Blue collar are people that work 9 to 5, like in Pittsburgh, the steel industry, the people that work in the warehouses. Okay, and you're going to tell me Philadelphia is a blue collar city? It's not.
It is.
It's not. Anyways, I'm a Steelers fan. I'm a Pittsburgh Steelers fan. We are a poverty franchise with a terrible offensive coordinator, a quarterback with tiny hands. We got some solid guys though, right? Like
Name one.
T.J. Watt, Alex Highsmith. I like George Pickens, Najee Harris. He's not a fast running back. I wish like Matt Canada, being the brainiac he is, had us stop. Like when you're that big, you should be running up the middle. You shouldn't be running side to side with no speed. That's my problem with my organization. On top of a lot of other things, so. On our episodes, you're going to be hearing us talk about our teams a lot, but to go into the next, what do I even say? The next
segment, the next topic.
Well, the next argument, because this is about to be a civil war this weekend. We got the biggest game in college football, Florida State, my team. My Noles, my Seminoles, with my quarterback Jordan Travis against
he's never watched a Florida
Tigers.
State game. He's never watched a Florida State game. Let's be for real.
That's not true. Jameis Winston, 2013.
He's a bandwagon. Let's be honest.
Jameis Winston stealing the crab legs, getting suspended. Like that was my childhood.
He watched that on YouTube.
My as a sixth grader, I was going to class every day. Like, hey, what's Jameis Winston going to do this week that makes no sense, right? So I'm a huge. Florida State fan, despite being a Northern Virginia guy, right? Like, I'm not going to root for UVA. I'm not going to root for Virginia Tech, right? So, talk to me about the game, right? Right now, we are 2-point favorites, which is interesting because if you think about it, we're not healthy right now. We're without our left tackle, our center, and our strong safety, but we're still going to go out there and your guys' quarterback's really bad. Your guys' defense is really bad.
Wow.
All I have to worry about with you guys is your guys' run game. With our run defense, I don't know how that's going to play out, if I'm being honest with you. Outside of that, if we play healthy and don't play like we did, if we play the way we played against LSU, don't even show up. And I really mean that.
See, I think, personally, the nation is getting confused as to what we did not. We just seen Florida State almost lose to Boston College.
Right, literally. You guys lost to Duke.
Can anybody in here name one player on Boston College? I give you $20. Can you? No, exactly.
No.
So this notion of just because we lost to Duke, people are trying to say that we're not good anymore. That's not true. That's false. That's a false narrative.
You guys lost to a women's soccer school.
Okay. These Blue Bloods, they're catching up now.
You need to stop talking about the color blue, dude. It's Blue Devils, not Blue Bloods.
I'm saying these Blue Blood basketball schools.
You and the color blue.
these Blue Bloods basketball schools, they're catching up these days. But I'm just saying, Florida State has shown me nothing this far to say that they should be a 2-point favorite over us. We're at home.
That's fine. That's probably why it's only 2.
We've never lost at home. We have the longest active winning streak in college football.
It's been 3 games so far, right?
I'm saying over the course of 5 seasons.
I don't know. Here's the deal. Your guys' quarterback Like, here, let me tell you something. I have an 11-year-old cousin named Jake. Great guy. He is more intimidating and has a more demanding presence than your guys' quarterback. Cade
Klubnik. Get his name right.
Like, if I was in a room with Cade Klubnik, say hi. Like, I'm sure it'd be like
you'd be terrified.
It'd be a great. I doubt it.
You would look at Cade Klubnik and say that's a star.
I don't think that's no, not at all. Your guys' running back's a star. I will give you that. Yes, and what's his name? It's something.
Will Shipley.
Will what?
Will Shipley.
Will Shipley. Okay, great guy. Like he was running up and down. I mean, it was Charleston Southern, so I'm not really impressed. But even against Duke, like bro did a good job running the football. Your guys' offense did an even better job at turning the ball over. Is the center quarterback exchange going to be? How many fumbles are you guys going to have? What's the over under on turnovers? We got to find that out.
I can give you like at least 3 or 4 from Jordan Travis because he's never faced a defense like this before. Honestly, LSU was great, but guess what? That's Brian Kelly.
Well, we beat him. Right?
I mean, you barely beat him, but you pulled away in the second half.
Well, barely? What do you mean barely beat him?
Barely beat him. If you
we beat him by over 20
and
points.
You go back and watch that game. In the first half, you guys look like crap. You guys look like crap last week, and I'm sick of it. And I promise you frauds will get exposed tomorrow.
I don't know.
They're going to get exposed tomorrow.
No.
And I promise. Yes, you are.
Okay.
Yes, you are.
Well,
I guarantee this right now. If you're listening to me right now, I guarantee that Clemson wins this game by at least 10 points. At least 10 points.
10 points. Okay.
Well, 34-24.
We're not going to say on the air for the benefit of this podcast and being able to film this podcast weekly. We're not going to say what our bet is because honestly, we don't know what our bet is. But knowing Gary and I, it's going to be something
chicken
just
Alfredo.
Crazy. It's not chicken Alfredo. Olive. I mean, really, we're not doing olive. We're going to have a bet, and next week when we film our show, it's going to be very clear who's going to be happy and who's not going to be happy. And I just think Florida State has it. I mean, we're the top 5 program in the country.
I don't know.
Are you guys even ranked right now?
No, we're not ranked.
Okay.
But you know what pisses me off the most? Alabama can go out here to struggle with South Florida. I guess that's what it was. South Florida. They went from 7 to 10 to 13. We went from losing to Duke, struggling with Charleston Southern, and now we're unranked. Well, but we're 2-1.
Gary, you just said why. You just said why. They
struggled with South Florida. Come on. When have you ever known a Nick Saban team to only put up 17
Nick Saban's
points?
an old man now, man. Like he's the best college coach for sure. But, I mean, a win's a win, man. Win's a win. You should know as an Eagles fan, right?
Yeah, I respect.
You should know as an Eagles fan. Win's a win.
I respect.
I know as a Steelers fan, right? Like we won our football game last week. Didn't even play offense. Our defense, but still we won the game, so it doesn't matter. That's my point. Now let's talk about all this hype, man, because I respect the man as a Florida State guy. Coach Prime. Talk to me about Coach Prime. How do you think going in to the game against Oregon without what's bro's name?
Travis Hunter.
Without Travis Hunter, how are they going to look?
We coming, baby. We coming.
Who's we, Gary? You're a Clemson fan.
But listen, I would root for Coach Prime any day of the week.
Is it the cowboy hat?
No, it's for the culture. It's for the culture.
Okay, it's for the culture. What does for the culture mean?
For the culture, you got to think about it. He changed that program around tremendously. I mean,
for sure.
when you think about Boulder, Colorado, what's the first thing that comes to mind to you?
Pot. Pot, and then the other thing about Boulder, Colorado, we can look this up. Chipotle. The first ever Chipotle's franchise was started in Colorado. That and weed. That's it.
Okay.
I had a buddy of mine that went to Colorado once, and he told me it was a lot of fun. We didn't really talk school, but he's not there anymore, obviously. But
I can imagine.
But go ahead. But talk to me about Coach Brown.
Coach Prime, he's a great guy. He just has that it factor.
Have you met him?
I haven't met him, but I want to meet him. Every day I wake up and I watch YouTube. I watch his YouTube videos, and I just want to run through a wall, man. Coach Prime just has me ecstatic. Before I take my tests, during the week, I just listen to Coach Prime. He always says something that inspires me to want to be better, just in life, not even as a football player. But I think they're going to go into Oregon. It's going to be tough. It's going to be a raucous crowd, but I think it's going to come down to whoever has the ball last. And if they can establish a run game, that's what they need to do. Establish a run game, take some of that pressure off Shadur, and then get his receivers out in space. But I think they have a chance to pull off upset. I don't like the minus 21 spread that they're giving Oregon. They're not giving Coach Prime much respect, and you see what happened. You don't respect Coach Prime, and then you see what happened. I'm just saying. But I think they're going to win the game.
So to no surprise, I disagree with you completely, right? Go ahead. What were you saying?
I think they're going to win the game in a shootout. Listen to this. 45-42, Colorado Buffs. Go Buffs, baby. Book it right now.
Right.
Bo Nix is not going to get the job done.
Right. So to no surprise, I disagree with you completely. Here's why. Travis Hunter's that man. That's a great guy. Shadur Sanders. Sorry, I have a speech impediment. He's really good, but this is Oregon, man. This is Oregon. I'm expecting. I'll be honest with you. Oregon's going to cover the spread probably.
TCU said the same thing.
I really said that. Who said that?
TCU said the same
thing.
TCU's
frauds, man. Like I have a buddy, Ali Tajani, who's a huge TCU fan, and I've been telling Ali for a very long time, "Hey, Ali, your team sucks." Right? And they went out there, they beat Michigan. Michigan's a fraudulent team as well. Actually, I'm not going to say that because my boy Josiah Freeman, who actually was a Coastal guy last year, plays there now. And then one of our beloved professors, Dr. Webster, is out there at Michigan. So I don't want to say anything bad about Michigan. However, last year, come on, man, like we kind of knew the writing was on the wall for them to be upset. Real quick, though, the running through the wall thing, man, you could try therapy. I mean, I'm pretty sure therapy or breathing methods could prevent you from running through a wall instead of watching Coach Prime videos.
It doesn't work. Really. Look at me. I mean, I need some other type of inspiration to do that. Maybe Olive Garden.
You know, Gary, I'll be honest with you. I don't think they can offer you the help you need. And I really mean that. And what I also have to say is, why does Coach Prime wear that cowboy hat? I was meaning to ask you about that the other day. Is that like is Colorado like a farm town?
I have no idea, honestly.
Okay.
I really don't know, but I love his sunglasses, and honestly, at the next Coastal tailgate, I may be wearing a pair of
Why?
Coach Prime's
It's gonna be dark out.
It probably won't be, but
it's gonna be dark out, and you're gonna wear
even
sunglasses.
If you shoot the sun down, I still shine, baby.
Shout out Penn State. That's another game I want to talk about. I have two games I want to talk about before we go into our parlay.
Okay.
I think the whiteout. We got the whiteout this weekend. Penn State versus Iowa. That's good. Penn State's going to destroy them, but it's still a whiteout, and they still got that big man at left tackle who's really. I mean, he's a big man. You know who I'm talking about, bro? I don't know the guy's name. I don't watch college football like that. I watch Florida State and I watch
MMA.
I watch him. I like watching people fight, right? Like I'm like a grown man, so I like to sports bet and watch all sports. Gary doesn't watch all sports.
He's 0 for 13. Well, no, he's 0 for 16 now on UFC parlays.
So talk to them real quick. You don't watch sports. You watch
That's a lie.
No, so here's the deal. Like women's sports, for example, right?
Okay.
Like you don't watch women's sports. The last time a women's sporting event was ever on in your household was in 2007 when you were a child and Candace Parker was on in the background. You have not watched women's sports since 2007.
I have watched women's sports, honestly. I've watched Caitlin Clark recently, Mm-hmm. And that's pretty much it. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, so there you go. So it's like, let's not make it seem like this whole mecca of sports. But, you're a Braves fan. I'll give you that. You're a Clemson, Eagles. But outside of that, like
I'm also a Miami Heat fan. Shout out Dade County 303.
305. 305. I mean, really. I mean, this guy, he's claiming places. I don't know. But real quick, so Penn State destroys Iowa. Right, we agree on that. I need to get.
I don't think so.
Oh,
not so fast, my friend. Not so fast. I don't really watch a lot of Big Ten football like that, but I know that the Hawkeyes, they always play that big physical grit, tough type of game, and I think Penn State hasn't shown us they can win the big game. Can they beat Ohio State? No. Can they beat Michigan? No. Hell, I don't even know they can beat Michigan State.
So I'm defensive when it comes to Penn State, and here's why. My sister goes there, but my sister's boyfriend is like this big Penn State guy. And I text him every week, and I'm like, hey, Zach, Penn State sucks. But here I am on my podcast trying to defend these guys, the Nittany Lions. So you're saying it's going to be close. So a 14.5-point spread for Penn State, you're taking Iowa?
I would take Iowa to cover that
Well,
spread.
let me get your opinion on this game. Ohio State versus Notre Dame, the number 6 team versus the number 9 team. How do you see that game going? Right now, Ohio State's 3-point favorites.
I don't know why. I don't believe in, I don't know his first name, but McCord, I don't believe in him. I think Marvin Harrison is a great player, great talent. He's probably going to be a top 5 pick in the upcoming draft. But Ohio State does not look like the Ohio State of old. Brian Day, he can't beat Michigan to save his life now. And I don't think they have it. Honestly, I like what Sam Hartman is doing at Notre Dame. I like Marcus Freeman. He's a good coach. And I think right now I would take Notre Dame in a tough one. But I must say this. Ohio State is going to come out swinging. But I think in the end, Notre Dame will ultimately win the game. Because they just had the better football team.
I'm all for that, by the way. I would love nothing more than Ohio State to lose to Notre Dame. I would love it. Here we go. So now we're going to go into our parlay segment. So what we're going to do is we're going to put together a 4-leg parlay, 4 or 5. You want 4 or 5? Do you want to do 2-2 and something we agree on?
I say let's go for it. Let's
go 4. Okay, so we're going to go 2 and 2. 2 things that I'm going to put into the parlay, 2 things Gary's going to put into the parlay. And this is for everything that's going on this weekend in sports. So I'm going to go first, and I'm going to take Texas to beat Baylor.
Texas to beat Baylor. Okay,
I got Texas
money line or Texas to cover spread?
No, I'm going to take Texas to 14.5. No, I'm going to take their money line.
Money line, okay.
I'm just going to take a Texas money line.
Texas money line. All right. My lock of the week, guys. Book it right now. I like Notre Dame money line. Notre Dame money line. Book it. Take it to the bank. It's free money. Put your mortgage on it.
I don't think it's free money, though.
I think it's free
money. I really don't. I mean, they're underdogs.
I mean, it's plus money. I mean, let's be honest. Like we just spoke on the segment. I don't believe that Ohio State can go out there for 4 quarters and put like a consistent offensive game together. I'm just being honest.
All right, so my second leg that I'm going to add to this parlay, I'm going to UFC Fight Night this weekend, Fiziev versus Gamrot. And I'm going to go to the undercard, and I'm going to go to the first fight of the night. And I'm taking the newcomer, the women's bantamweight, Montserrat Rendon, at plus 210 to get it done. Mexican Independence Day, right? I don't know. Brandon, you know what Mexican Independence Day is? It's sometime in September, right? Something like that. Okay, cool. I'm not Mexican. Are you Mexican?
No, far from it.
Okay, cool. Mexican Independence Day, Canelo fights September 30th. We just had UFC Noche last weekend. The Mexican fighters are on the come up. Montserrat Rendon at plus 210 to get it done. UFC Fight Night. Fiziev Gamrot.
Well, my last lock of the night, lock of the week. This is going to be a shocker to everybody. But I love Nick Saban. I love Alabama. I love what they're doing. But give me Ole Miss, baby. Plus
See,
7.
That's so stupid, dude.
We're
trying to win the parlay. 7. We're trying to win the parlay. We're trying to win money for people. You know, Nick Saban and Alabama never lose twice in a season this early in the season. You're really going to sit here and tell me that they're going to lose again after what happened to Texas?
The Lane Kiffin effect. That's why. The Lane Kiffin effect. Lane Kiffin, baby.
This doesn't make any sense.
No. But I'm sick of this because that's why half you people out here you don't listen to me, and when I'm out here winning money, and you think it's all a scam and it's a fraud, but you don't listen to me because you know what? I know sports. This guy is clueless.
You're learning. You're learning sports.
No. You're learning sports. I'm going to tell you guys a funny story. I actually taught Josh how to sports bet, honestly.
That's not true, Gary.
I did, Brandon. I did.
Sports betting's not even legal in your state.
I'm from Jersey.
Oh, yeah.
Just because I'm sorry to interject here. Just because something's legal doesn't mean you can't learn how to do it.
Thank you. I have my ways.
Hey, thanks, Brandon. I don't know. I just think it's funny. I don't know how long I've been doing this sports betting with fights, basketball, football. Basketball meaning college, not NBA. I don't really bet the NBA like that. Go Sixers. However, I mean, really, man, you don't believe that. And I really hate your second leg. I really do. I really do.
If anything, if that's my most confident pick of the week, honestly, is that Ole Miss plus 7.
Well, your expectations.
So let's put this all together for the people that's listening at home. So we got Ole Miss plus 7. You said Texas money line. If I can find it real quick. What time does Texas play?
I couldn't see a money line, but I know that they're favored by 14.5.
Okay, Texas money line, and
then Rendon at plus 210. That's Sierra. I don't like butchering names. I'm not in the name butchering business. However, first fight, UFC Fight Night next weekend. I believe Mexico is going to do it again.
Why do you believe that?
By decision, I'm telling you, dude, the Mexican fighters are the most entertaining ones to watch because they put their hands up and they just walk forward. And it's great. They don't mind getting hit a couple times to lay the boom. Okay, you hit me twice, I'll hit you 3 times. And that's what I like about the Mexican fighters. You see it with Brandon Moreno. You've seen it with Kelvin Gastelum. Just to name a few.
See, I used to listen to your sports betting takes on UFC until I lost at least $300. He told me to bet on, I think it was Juliana Pena one night, and I lost a lot of money that night.
Why would you bring that up?
I lost a lot of money that night because I listened to
that was a terrible night for me. I was at my lake house running around trying to find honey mustard and blue cheese because
weird combination, by the way.
So here's the deal. I have a ritual. Every time Juliana Pena fights, I eat chicken wings and fries. And I have to dip the fries in honey mustard and the wings in blue cheese. And I figured just because I couldn't find blue cheese, she was going to lose. Found blue cheese. Hindsight's 2020. She still lost, so I'm going to have to switch the ritual up for when she comes back and regains that title. However, that was a tough night. Me and the squad were down at the lake.
How much money did you lose that night?
I was pacing. I lost some money that night. I did. I lost on Derek Lewis. I remember that card like it was yesterday. I lost on Derek Lewis. I lost on Matthew something Berger from Maryland, a Maryland guy. And then I lost on Juliana Pena. Tough night. However, you live and you learn. You turn the L's into lessons. Now, real quick, before we get out of here, I think the people want to at least hear what we have to say. I think we preview. Let's take some time now before we get out of here to preview this the rest of the weekend. So the Sunday matchups for NFL.
Okay.
Talk to me about what you have to say. Let's start on Sunday. Like, don't jump right to the Monday night game, Eagles-Bucks. Like, don't do that. Please. Let's actually act like you care about other teams and other players. Please.
Okay. That's fair. Starting off with, I'm not gonna lie, the NFL, they've been putting together a bunch of weak scheduled games for the past couple of weeks.
I agree,
and it sucks. Honestly,
I agree. Couldn't agree more.
Like Saints Packers, I honestly think Derek Carr is a great guy, great for the community. He's probably going to end up in the Hall of Fame.
He looks like the guy from Home Alone, dude. He looks like the kid from Home Alone 3. Hey, how are you going to tell me Jameis Winston's better for the community in New Orleans than he is? But go ahead, dude. I'm sorry to interrupt.
Okay, you're good. I like the Saints over the Packers. I like the Chargers and Vikings. That's going to be a shootout, honestly.
Really? Have you seen Captain Kirk? Have you seen that defense in Minnesota? Oh, all right.
Have you seen the Chargers defense?
Jesus
you're right.
Christ. Brandon Staley's a terrible coach.
He is. So I like the Chargers over the Vikings in a massive shootout. I'm thinking 45-41 type of game.
What's with you at 45-40?
I like shootouts. I'm an offensive coordinator, by the way, baby.
Talk to Gary about defense.
Texas and the Jaguars. I don't know why this game is even aired on TV, but I like Trevor Lawrence.
Isn't that the one that they're going overseas for?
No, that's next week.
Oh, okay.
Texas and Jags. I like the Jags over the Texans. This is my guy right here, Mike McDaniel for the Miami Dolphins. I love the guy. He deals with alcoholism, but
he's getting through it, man.
He's getting through it. Shout out to anybody who's actually a recovering alcoholic. But I like...
That's a good AA plug. Yeah. That's awesome, dude.
I like the Dolphins over the Broncos, Titans over the Browns, Bills over the Commanders. That's obvious.
I disagree with you completely.
Why?
I'm going to go ahead and say it. I'm going to say it right here on air. The Washington Commanders are upsetting the Bills next week.
That's a lie.
I'm not even kidding. Josh Allen either plays like a great guy or a not great guy, okay? And I really could see a situation where he gets turnovers, dude.
Yeah, he's turnover prone.
He's 6'7", 245, and he plays like he just needs to be careful, dude. And I could really, and the way Sam Howell and they're looking, dude. Shout out to 703, dude. Shout out to DMV. Commanders are gonna get it done this weekend.
I can't name
Redskins. Sorry,
I can't. What?
So am I gonna get in trouble for that, for calling them the Redskins on the air, dude? I'm sorry, dude. I don't. Yeah.
I know a lot of Commanders fans, and I can't even name one person on that defense. Where has Chase Young been? I don't know. He's missing. I like the Ravens over the Colts. That's obvious. Oh, shout out Anthony Richardson. He's not playing because he got like a major concussion.
You're gonna shout out a guy who just had a concussion and isn't playing.
But he's great though. I like the offensive coordinator. He was a former Eagles coach, by the way. Shane Steichen. Shout out Shane Steichen. Even though you blew the game in the Super Bowl, but I still love you. We have the Patriots and Jets. Now, this is probably the most intriguing matchup of the week because you have two struggling offenses because they both suck, but you have two great defenses in the Bill Belichick effect. So, honestly, right here, I'll be leaning more towards the Patriots. You have the JV game with the Panthers and Seahawks, so I'm taking the Seahawks.
Seahawks, you're taking the Seahawks. I agree with that.
And Bears, Chiefs, I'm taking the Chiefs, of course.
Yeah, no. Thanks, Gary. What gave that away?
This one hurts my heart. Cowboys, Cardinals.
I want to talk about that game if you don't mind.
Go ahead, man.
I could see that game being a trap game. I talked to my buddy Sean today, and he was explaining it to me. And, he's a football guy. And I just heard trap game, and I at least wanted to get your opinion on that. With Josh Dobbs, they've been in every game, dude.
They have no chance in hell. They have no chance at all. No chance.
Right.
I mean... Can you name anybody on the Cardinals roster for me? Like if you,
actually can.
Really?
Yeah. What's Isn't Hollywood Brown still there?
I don't know. That's the thing.
Okay.
I really don't know.
They got Julie Ertz's husband. Zach Ertz is still there.
Oh yeah, I forgot about Zach Ertz.
Zach Ertz is there. He played for you guys.
Yeah, but he wasn't. He wasn't good at the later stages of his career.
Tavon Diggs going down, dude. I know everyone's downplaying it like he isn't a difference maker, but I mean that's a center fielder playing baseball, dude. That's a center fielder playing baseball.
I don't think so. I think it's a great thing for the Cowboys. You know why? He sucks.
Oh, thanks, Gary. Glad to see.
Unbiased opinion, but Trayvon Diggs was getting cooked by Garrett Wilson last week, and we know it.
Garrett Wilson's a great wide receiver.
He was getting roasted faster than barbecue out there. Come on.
All right, so here's the deal. Before we go to Monday Night Football, can we at least talk about those bad men in Pittsburgh? Can we talk about how the game's going to go in Pittsburgh?
Who, Ben Roethlisberger?
Right. Hey, whoa. Look, here's the deal. Look. Right now, I'm looking at it. The Raiders are 2.5-point favorites against the Steelers.
Should be 5.
I think that's disrespectful, and I really do. Jimmy G is being sidetracked in Las Vegas right now, doing other stuff in Las Vegas. Football's not a priority for him right now. Josh Jacobs is a diva. I like Josh Jacobs, though. I do. I just, he deserves better. Tay Adams is good. Our secondary is not going to have an answer for Tay Adams. I mean, we barely got through Amari Cooper, and I'm not disrespecting Amari Cooper. I really like Amari Cooper. I don't think our offense is going to show up. I think that game's going to be like 16-10 in favor of us. I do. It's going to be a low scoring. It's going to be a boring Sunday night game.
I'll raise you one better. I'm going.
You think we win though or no?
It's hard to say because both quarterbacks suck. You never know which type of Jimmy G you're going to get. I don't even think your offense is going to gain a yard, honestly. At this point, that's the Raiders looking like. Kenny Pickett had, maybe 5 completions for a total of -7 yards in, the fourth quarter last week or that Monday Night Football game. But I would say, personally, I would like the Raiders 17-14 in a slop fest, honestly. It's going to be the last team with the ball or the last team with the turnover. Fewest mistakes.
Dude. That's fine. You could be wrong. You've been really good at being wrong. All right, so I'm going to keep holding up. I don't want to talk about your game, dude. But so before we talked about your game, Super Bowl rematch from a couple years ago, Rams-Bengals, Joe Shiesty isn't 100%. Is he even going to play?
He should play, but I don't see why everybody's using the excuse that, he's hurt.
He is hurt, Gary. He got carted off the field a couple weeks ago.
Really? So why is he out there? Why would you put your $275 million quarterback out there?
He has heart.
That's just stupid. That's a stupid statement.
He has heart, Gary.
That's stupid. I'm going to sit there. I'm going to pay my quarterback $275 million, making him the highest paid quarterback in NFL history, just to put him out there if he's hurt?
Bro, just because you get paid doesn't mean you can't have heart. we live in a society right now where a lot of these athletes aren't showing heart.
I think if they don't get Joe Burrow O-line, he's going to be the next Boomer Esiason. That's a hot take.
So, I actually have a dog named Boomer. I don't know who Boomer Esiason is. I named him after Chris Berman.
I think he like pets. You like pets?
I don't like pets. Okay. I think all animals should be in the zoo. And I really mean that. We should pay $5 to like watch dog races and whale shows. And I don't know. Hopefully that doesn't get...
Yeah, no comment on that.
Yeah, all right. You know what? So, all right, final prediction for that game real quick.
Final prediction for that game, since Joe Shiesty's not healthy, I'm going to go with the Rams here. 27-23 Rams.
Oh, shout out Minnesota Vikings real quick. This all goes in with what we're talking about the Rams. Cam Akers, Florida State boy. He's going to go make a difference in Minnesota. So, that's cool.
Behind that terrible O-line?
A couple years. All right, Gary, talk to me.
Game of the week right here, baby. We have my Philadelphia Eagles versus Baker Mayfield and the Bucks. You know, I'm not even going to be biased on this one. I think we win this one in the blowout. 34-20. Philadelphia Eagles. It's hurt season, baby. Let everybody know we're on the climb back to the mountain. Top of the mountain. It's going to... No, don't get me wrong.
It's a primetime game, dude.
Side note, why are there 2 Monday Night Football games again? Is that like a thing that's going to happen every week?
They're really good at that. They did that last week, too. And they've been doing that at the start of the season. I think it's... I don't like it.
Yeah, it's
I don't like it at all, actually.
But my thoughts on this game, if we honestly have to fix our offense. If we go out there, we had, at least 10 days to prepare for this Tampa Bay defense. They're going to throw the kitchen sink at us. I respect Todd Bowles and his defense, but we have to get it fixed. If we don't get it fixed, we're going to get exposed and we're going to look bad. But I believe in Jalen Hurts. I believe in A.J. Brown. I think A.J. Brown is going to have a good game. And if you're a betting man, which I am, I would go take A.J. Brown for at least 7 catches for 95 yards, even a touchdown at this point.
Alternate spread, by the way, you guys. If you guys don't know, like Gary doesn't explain it, but he'll have like an over-under, and if you don't want to take the over-under, you have to go to alternate spreads. You got to remember, Gary, we have people who...
Oh, yeah, that's on FanDuel and DraftKings, if you're familiar with those books, but I'm affiliated with FanDuel.
Let me talk to you about... I have a couple questions. So first and foremost, before I ask my questions... I'm just going to make some observations. Baker Mayfield's looked great. Mike Evans is a great guy. I've always liked Mike Evans since Texas A&M when he was with Johnny Manziel.
Really? Why didn't you draft him on your fantasy team?
So, fun fact, my dad's in my league, and my dad actually took him before I did. And I called my dad because my dad took both my wide receivers that I like, Amari Cooper and Mike Evans. And I was like, Dad, why? And then he told me why, and I was like, all right, that's cool. But beyond the point, I'll get Mike Evans at some point. I always do. Bucs defense looks awful, right?
Yeah.
Their pass coverage, the linebackers. So with that being said, let me ask you a question. Dallas Goedert, why hasn't Dallas Goedert been featured in your guys' offense the way he's been in the past?
Because, for one, it's a new offensive coordinator and it's a new offensive identity. Every year, a team comes into the season with a new offensive identity. And our identity this year could be running the football, but we haven't figured it out yet. But granted, Jalen Hurts has missed Dallas Goedert on plenty of throws that he was wide open. So I think he's going to... It's going to take time. But we have weapons everywhere, though. You got to think about it. There's only one football. And you see that A.J. Brown was getting all pissed off last week because he wasn't getting the ball. So we have all this commotion. We're not going to be a great football team. But the reason why he's not getting the ball is because it's scheme and it's a little bit on Jalen Hurts. But he's open. He's always open.
You guys got to stop running with him.
Yeah, I totally agree with that. I think we shouldn't run with him at all, personally. But we don't. Because
he's getting paid. You guys are giving him the bag, right?
Yeah, he's getting. I think he's making $49 million a year.
That's a lot of money, dude.
Incentives, yes.
That's a lot of money. I don't think he has to do those Columbia jacket commercials anymore. No.
No, he doesn't. He does. Hulu has live sports too, by the way. But
so does Megan Rapinoe.
I never heard of her. I guess because
honestly, Gary, I wish I've never heard of Megan Rapinoe either. Nevertheless, regardless, so I disagree with you again.
No surprise.
I think it's gonna be. I don't think it's a blowout, dude. I think the Bucs are gonna put some points on the board. They're not gonna beat you guys.
On what planet?
They're not gonna beat you guys. I have the Eagles winning. I'm gonna take the money line. I'm not doing a point spread.
The point spread is 6.5.
I think Baker, man, Baker.
Baker,
who's the guy from FS1? Who's the guy from FS1 that really likes Baker Mayfield? Isn't it
Colin Cowherd? I hate Colin
Is
Cowherd.
it no, dude, is it Colin or is it Skip Bayless?
Oh, yeah, Skip.
I don't agree with Skip Bayless at all about a lot of things, but this is one thing I agree on, dude. If you're in the right system and you take, I'm going to make a UFC example. Sean Strickland just became the middleweight champion by beating Israel Adesanya.
By default, he
right?
wasn't fully healthy.
It was a dominant decision, but beyond the point. A couple years ago, they wanted to fast track Sean Strickland, make Sean Strickland the champion back then by making him fight Alex Pereira. He got knocked out because he went in there, tried to outbox a kickboxer, whatever. But there was expectations to where whoever won that fight was going to go challenge the champion. Hindsight's 2020, Pereira won, and then he went and beat Adesanya, whatever. Point I'm trying to make about Baker Mayfield. Baker Mayfield was a number 1 overall pick in 2018. Okay. Baker Mayfield had expectations set. Granted, it was Cleveland. Shout out the Browns, right? Mm-hmm. He had expectations. He didn't live up to those expectations. Now, here we are a couple years later. I know he had to go play for the Rams, did the trial run in the Rams, whatever. No expectations, Gary. The Bucs had every expectation to go out here this year and just do really bad. Tank for Caleb Williams, get one of those quarterbacks coming out next year. You take the expectations off these guys, they're going to perform. And I really think that. I don't think they're going to outduel the Eagles. However, to say that Baker Mayfield's going to just go back there and take a step back like Jimmy G did with the Raiders this year, I just don't think. I don't think he's going to backpedal.
We're being blinded by like the level of competition that the Bucs have played. Come on, they played Justin Fields. Granted, I vouched for him. He was going to be an MVP candidate, but he doesn't look.
Yeah, that comment aged well.
Yeah, yeah. But they played the Bears and they played the Vikings. We put a number on the Vikings defense. The Vikings can't stop a nosebleed.
Yeah, so do they, Gary.
But I don't think Baker Mayfield is that guy. Baker Mayfield is not even better than Sam Howell. I said
so. That's not true at all.
I said it on air.
See, this is what I'm talking about, Gary. Like, this is why you shouldn't be able to say this stuff.
This is
why we're gonna have to start writing scripts. I mean, really.
No. I believe right now in my heart that Baker Mayfield is not a top 15 quarterback.
Top 15?
He's not a top 15.
I don't have the attention span to go and try to name 15. I don't think I could, but he does a good job with those commercials. Remember when he used to do those progressive commercials?
Yeah, I used to miss those commercials.
Those progressive commercials are great. And then the Heisman House, like the guy's a marketing machine. Was he on State Farm too?
Or was that Aaron Rodgers? Never mind.
Yeah, that's discount double check Aaron Rodgers.
They dropped him, I think.
I would drop Aaron Rodgers. We'll talk about that another day when he goes on Pat McAfee's show and says another out-of-pocket thing that's worth talking about on the podcast. But right now, this is episode 1. This would be cool if they let us do like an episode 2 and then 3, and then hopefully we get to like a big number of episodes.
Yes, we'll be
they're
back.
They're gonna run it. They're gonna edit the I'm sure they're going to edit our film.
They're going to edit this, and hopefully we can have this content out to you.
Right, and hopefully we're able to do this, guys. Like, it's cool being able to talk to my guy about sports, argue, and just kind of debrief. It's pretty cool. I enjoy doing this, Gary. I don't know if you have anything to say. I talk a lot.
I do. I appreciate you for actually joining my podcast, and I appreciate you for.
It's our podcast, dude. Like, yes. You're talking about him?
Yes.
Okay, my fault. Yeah, shout out Brandon, man. Brandon, you were really clutch today.
No problem, man. No
problem. You're a good dude, man. We need more people like you.
Appreciate it. As I say weekly, I hate Josh Meade. He's a fraud, man. Like I look, tomorrow, I promise you, I'm gonna have so many. If Florida State loses, I'm gonna record him. I'm gonna taunt him because like he just irks me, bro. He's a fraud. Josh Meade is a fraud. He doesn't pay his taxes, by the way, either. But let everybody know.
I don't work.
he doesn't pay.
I don't have a job. I don't have a job right now. I don't need to pay. Okay.
He sells knives. Come on.
That's
does
true.
he sell knives? Like
no. Yeah. That's legit.
But next week we're gonna have better content. We're gonna be more comfortable.
I thought this was a great episode.
It was a great episode. Great. Glad to finally get in the studio and let some steam off and yeah.
All right. Well, Meigs and Money, man. We out. See y'all.